Greetings. Elder Blacklight, time to rise and shine, open up your mind from the land of Nod to the kingdom of God with the kind of flavor that will save you and the kind of knowledge that you won't get in college. We're looking at this chessboard, the game of life. In this critical time, they are trying to condition and control your mind. Keep you deaf, dumb, and blind. But we can't outthink them. YouTubers. Let me explain myself, especially to my subscribers. I don't get into conversations with my subscribers or go to the chat room because everything I said in the past has come to light. See, I'm kind of like in a way ahead of my time, but it's not really that I'm ahead of my time. It's that history repeats itself. By me being 72, now next month I'll be 73. And I watch how the government plays these games. They're using the same strategy and technique that they use all the time. This is one thing that we as a people don't take into consideration. This is a main point that you gotta understand. And let me run it on you like this. When Caucasians approach you and say, why you gotta make everything black and white? My ancestors did that to you. I wasn't even here yet. Break it down to them like this. Respond to your Caucasian adversaries or friends like this when they approach you with that question. Because evidently they don't want you to, they're trying to, say, we don't owe you reparations. So this is the reply. A tree has roots. And when it's planted on fertile ground, the roots nourishes from the ground and produces a strong tree, and 9 times out of 10 that tree will bear good fruit. What'll happen if you take that tree, transplant that tree into unfertile ground or rocky ground, clay dirt, and then cut the roots from the tree? What's going to happen to the fruit? When you got rotten roots, you can't bear good fruit. You slicing off the lifeline of the fruit. So when the newcomers come along, the fruit is rotten, or it don't even bear fruit, because you transplanted that tree on shaky grounds, messed up ground, and cut the roots off from the tree. And that's what was done to the black man here, the ones that was already over here, and the ones that were uh, in Africa. See, when you take someone's culture away from them, that's the root. And then when you pre-impose your culture, put your culture in its place, that's the transplant into unfertile ground. And then you separate the tree from its roots. That's when they don't give you education, your education that you was working with in your own culture. They don't give you no education, period, for 3 or 400 years. Change your name, change your language, and make you forget about whatever God that you were serving. So now you done separated the root from the tree. So what's going to happen to the fruit? Fruit going to be, it's not going to be good fruit. That it's not going to bear good fruit because it's disconnected from the root. And for 400, 500 years this took place. Now that type of treatment of a person was never done before. And when they say, well, everybody was enslaved on the planet, the Irish was slaves, they say the Jews were slaves. That's what they say. But it's funny that the Jews maintain their heritage. It's funny that the Irish kept their language, or whoever they say claim that was enslaved kept their culture basically. Because if a European comes over to America, when they established America, no matter if he's from Germany, England, France, whatever, you just transform Europe over here to America. So, and uprooted the Indians and the Africans, and you made this culture or this environment your conducive to your way of thinking, because now you got two different minds. You got the original inhabitants mindset that you wiped out. So the next generation is not going to be like the first generation. And so on and so on. So now you come up to present day, and we are the fruit. So yeah, we're going to be half crazy. We're not going to know the original history, because if a man don't treat you right, you're not going to teach you right. So He gonna rewrite history because he don't want you to know how strong you are. And when you have that type of inferiority complex, you're going to pass it on down to the next generation. And then all the time that he's doing this, he's using tricknology, reverse psychology, and quite naturally, a lot of brothers and sisters are not going to pay attention to the process, because after a while things become normal. And so it had to be someone to break the cycle up and to expose their tricks. So Master Farad was sent, divinely sent, to give these lost people their true history and who they really are. Quite naturally, the government is going to try to kill that idea. And every time you rise to your true self or get close to being your true self, if you see someone great like Muhammad Ali or someone great like Malcolm or the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they're going to try to touch them. And they couldn't touch Elijah Muhammad, but they touched the ones up under him because they wasn't as strong as him. Because Elijah was the chosen one to relate the real deal or the real true history to their people. And we're going to get into what's happening now, So we trying to connect the roots with the fruit. And that's what they don't want to happen. That's why you got young Pharaoh going up against the Nation of Islam. That's why you got the assassination of Nipsey. You understand? All the great ones are the ones that are real popular or have a following, they're going to touch up on. But this old dude right here, I'm still in my right mind. So it would behoove you brothers and sisters to pay attention to what I'm saying, because I got a strategy that you can win back your throne and your crown with. Just pay attention. This is Black Light.